welcome to Kicking Back. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm alright. I'm a bit concerned that, we've been, back from Chelsea a few weeks and
Yeah.
it's gone to pot.
I know, we barely just left and it's gone to pot.
Liam Rosenior sacked from Chelsea.
He's out.
Do you think it was a mistake for him to give him a 35-year contract or whatever they did? What's the crack with that?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was. 5 games on the bounce, I think, yeah. 1912 was the last time they did that, Chelsea. That is terrible.
It is poor.
It is really bad for Chelsea.
Do you know what I can't understand, though, to be honest? In modern football, if someone as thick as me, and I know I'm thick, can see that it's a mistake to give an unproven manager a huge contract for multiple years, because this will happen, and it will, and it does, every time, what were they thinking? Do you think they knew that they were going to wind up paying out a daft amount?
That's a very good question, but it's Chelsea, isn't it?
You just don't know, do you?
To be honest, when he was hired, I did think that's a bit strange. It's an odd one, but you got to give him the backing to begin with. And to be fair, he's gone out with a bit of style. I think he's a bit of a character, isn't he?
He is.
So good on him. But
he is a character.
Shame for Chelsea because that was rubbish. To be fair,
and I will say this as well. Have you noticed there's an increasing trend of managers leaving their clubs absolutely buzzing? Like Ruben Amorim, when he left United, he come out with sunglasses, high-fiving reporters. See you later, lads. Terrible shame, all this, innit? You would be happy, wouldn't you? If I got paid out, if I got sacked, which I have been sacked numerous times, if I got sacked and they went, Lewis, you're sacked, here's 20 million off your pop, I think I'd take it well.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's all right.
It's not a bad deal, yeah. There's been quite a few managers this season, hasn't there?
There has, yeah, there's been a few problems, actually.
Forest were a big one this season. Crazy what's happened there, but
quite a merry-go-round. There's different styles for different clubs, aren't there, of how they employ people, who they employ. Watford's the one that comes to mind for me, where it's like you get about 2 weeks. They'll sign you for 3 years, without fail. Like they can do that, but you get literally a game or two, and then we'll see you out.
Yeah, brutal football.
The contracts pay out though, don't they? It's a good career. Have you thought about management?
I haven't. I'm not going to lie, but the 20 million might sway me.
Think you'd want an agent?
Yeah,
I'll find your club.
Might be a bit of a Rossini there, but
it is a shame. Do you think the writing was on the wall with this appointment quite early on? I feel like, to be honest, he got a bad hand from the media, but lo and behold, it's actually sort of like prophecy come true. Like, they never backed him to begin with. But
Chelsea's a difficult club as well. Like, it'll need someone big to come in the summer. I think I've heard little bits about Simeone and people like that.
Really?
I think it'll be someone big that needs to come into Chelsea because it's such a big club with a load of big random players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
weird.
Yeah, it's a strange place.
It's a strange task to manage.
Great stadium though.
Very cool stadium.
Yeah.
Very cool. And I think Simeone would be amazing, but I also think I'm loving. You don't get one club people anymore, do you? And I just love the fact that he's at Atletico, just cracking on.
Yeah, let him stay there. Get in
yeah.
Sean Dyche.
Yeah. Do something like that.
Sean Dyche to Chelsea.
Do you know what? Who's your perfect Chelsea manager, Dyche? I'll go Ranieri.
I wouldn't say it was Dyche, but let's continue with that.
I'll leave it there. Move on. But yeah, no.
Do you think so?
Ranieri coming back for a sec. It just feel good, innit? Bit of fun. I'm not really even saying it from a tactical point of view, but when I started watching Chelsea, it was Ranieri managing, and they looked all right then. So give him another go.
Maybe, yeah.
He's only won the league with Leicester, hasn't he? Leicester.
I know, terrible.
Sad.
See you later.
Sad for some.
I know. Crazy, isn't it? Championship, and Leicester's such a big club, and what they call parachute payouts and whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're in League One. It's crazy.
Because of the money.
But Cov flying.
Cov have done amazing. We just
Lampard. It could be Lampard to Chelsea.
I actually saw Lampard face to face in this. I think it was this week. And I'll tell you what, I had a bit of a bloody hell. Do you know what I mean? I thought fair enough. I was watching him cross-legged on telly, 8 years old, playing against Brazil in World Cup, and I just thought, do you know what? Fair play to you. I think it's down to bad ownership at the end of the day. When you come from a place like the Prem and you find yourself in League One, it just speaks about how important it is to have a good ownership behind you, right? Mm-hmm. Hope they return. Don't think they will. And last thing I'll say is if they don't do it this season, while the parachute payments are there, FFP kicks in and everything like that, could be troubling times.
Could be the end.
Today's episode is brought to you by Huel, our new partner. And we've said it before, but I'll say it again. It's amazing when a partner comes on who you were using before and you're still using, and you can back them from your heart, right?
Very excited for this one. I absolutely love them. And like we said, we use them all the time now, especially for me with my training and my football and such a busy life. Like sometimes when I go home and I'm after training and I'm feeling a bit tired, I have a Huel and, you know, it sees me through and it's great. I love them.
They authentically crop up more and more in my life because it's not just meal replacement drinks. They've got the nutrition bars. You know, I'll tell you this, my flavour at the minute go-to, cookies and cream.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
You know what? My go-to, I've got it down here with me today, coffee caramel flavour.
Yeah,
I absolutely love this one. It's really good.
You're spoiled for choice, really. And if you want to try them, you've never tried them before, you can go to the website, type in the code KICKINGBACK, and you'll get £10 off your order when you spend £60 or more. It's a fantastic deal. And I tell you what, if you do it one time, you'll do it 10 times. I found myself pretty much living off this stuff, and I have to say, I'm living the dream when I do it. It's absolutely wonderful. Drinks, nutrition bars, get the shaker's up there. We use everything, so go and try them. Go to the Huel website, code KICKINGBACK. Thank you very much, Huel. Hey, on the topic of managers, have you heard about Union Berlin?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Interesting story. The first women's manager.
Yeah, Marie-Louise Eta. Yeah, and she was a player, so she's a player turned manager. Head coach.
So what's the official thing? It's first, is it in men's professional football all over? Or
Top
is it
5 leagues.
Top 5 leagues.
In Europe, yeah.
Jeepers.
Yeah, she's the first one.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. She's the interim at the minute.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were on a really bad run. And they've hired her. I think she was assistant coach.
That's right.
They've made her interim head coach now. And they've hired her to kind of save them, I guess. So she's on the relegation battle at the minute. So we'll see how she does. But I think in general, that is such a big thing for sport in general, not just football. You know, it's such a big thing for sport in general because female coaches and, you know, female staff members in sport aren't really recognised still. They're not really equal. And, you know, we've never seen a female manager in the Prem. I remember Hope Powell was a manager that was talked about quite a few years ago now that could have been a manager in a men's team, but for this one to be the first actual manager and she's the head coach of a men's team is massive. And I think it's something that definitely needs to be brought up and seen. Like, for example, did you see that clip what Vincent Kompany was talking about in his press meeting? I
might have done. Run me by it.
He was basically saying that the coach, Marie-Louise Eta, she's basically, it's such like a trailblazing thing, but she is a coach and she's a colleague of Vincent Kompany. She's a coach just like Vincent Kompany. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So she needs the exact same respect from all coaches and all her players, which she has. Like, she definitely has. And you can see that. The respect from the players, like, that team has transformed in the way, like, their body language and everything, and she's done such a good job since she's been there. And like I said, she's there for 5 more games or whatever it is, so we'll see what happens. But I think in general it's such a good thing now for this to happen right now, and I think definitely in the future we'll see more of it.
One good thing about German football is the fact that they are willing to try something for the first time, be proven right, and actually some of the most successful models in football, 50+1.
Yeah, that little thing. Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? So when we go around to German clubs, we've always seen that. In fact, Wolfsburg, I remember at the time remembering how, just seeing firsthand how pioneering they were in different aspects. They had an innovation department and things like that. Yeah. And I think this move by Union Berlin is actually, like you say, it's not a gesture or anything like that. It's them saying, well, we don't mind being first at all. And that's a common theme, actually, in German football. And this, I imagine, will have a huge knock-on effect in the coming months and years in terms of how... I think people's perception is honestly evolving.
There's so many talented female coaches out there. There's not many. There aren't many, and that's why there's so many programs trying to get female coaches, you know, more well-equipped and more qualified. There's so many like A licenses now that females have to be on, which is amazing because the talent of female coaches, like, obviously I've been in women's football for how many years, and you know, I see it firsthand, and I think like there are so many top female coaches, why can't they be in men's football, in the Championship, in the Prem one day? Like, why can't they be?
When do you think we will see a woman coaching in the Premier League?
Emma Hayes to Chelsea.
You having it? You having it? Fair enough.
No, I don't know. I think she's a very good candidate. Like, when I was saying that, I thought she seems like the number one choice at the minute,
Completely.
you know, like with the US national team and whatever. But yeah, we'll see in the future. But like I said, like, she's more than capable of that. Like, and I don't know her, but I know how she coaches, you know, I see it. And I think she would be really good.
Just a matter of time, innit? Just a matter of time, I would say. It's cool, though. Speaking of Premier League, by the way, PFA, Player of the Year.
That's coming up, isn't it?
It's coming up. Who is your top shout for Player of the Year? There's a bit of debate going on about it at the minute, right?
Yeah. I think, like, it depends who wins the Prem, of course. Mm-hmm. But I think City are on track. Yeah. I didn't think City were on track a couple of weeks ago. I had a different opinion. But now I think Arsenal are slipping away.
Sure.
Slowly but surely, but we'll see. And yeah, I think it depends who wins the Prem. But Bruno, got to talk about him.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
So there's a few things. I was saying before that Man City, it's very Man City for them to just find their form now and just press on, right? And it's very Arsenal to falter. So I'm in the same boat, actually. I think this is City's now, which is an interesting spot that we find ourselves in. But I think people build up biases when they watch football. And I do think there is a bias against Man United in the media.
You reckon?
There has been, and there still is. And I feel like Bruno hasn't really got the respect he deserves as a player.
I think there's bias against Man United because they have been terrible, to be honest. For the last however many years, they've been terrible. But now Carrick's in... Like, he's done such a good job. And the fact that they might be in the Champions League next year is crazy. You would not have said that last year. No way. So I think he's done a really, really good job. But who's been there all that time? Bruno.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, the engine room.
Yeah. And I seen recently, Pogba came out with something, actually. And he said that Bruno could be a Ballon d'Or winner if he played for City.
Interesting. Yeah,
which is probably true. Obviously, City's a strange team and you need to be a City player to be in that team. But Bruno's really good. And he's got 18 assists this season. He's nearly a record breaker already. I think it is his year, I think. If they do get Champions League, I reckon it's his year for it.
I will just say, because it does come to mind, I find it interesting because I agree with what you said. Like, if he was to play for City... or a team like that, then he would be in contention. But I find it so much more impressive to play for a team that's playing less well. And
this was Pogba that said it, so you can argue with him.
Listen, Paul, where is he? But Paul, listen, I don't mind you. I'm no Souness. But what I've got to tell you is, if you're playing for a worse team, surely that's more impressive. I always think, like, when they talk about goalkeepers and they talk about brilliant goalkeepers, they talk about the ones who are stood there doing nout for 90 minutes a lot of the time. What about the grafters? What about Port Vale's goalkeeper? Do you know what I mean? Like, not necessarily Port Vale's goalkeeper. I don't know him personally, but what about the lads who have it week in, week out, just like a barrage for 90 minutes? Yeah. Brighton had it for a bit. And those are the teams I look at for good keepers. Brad Friedel, without going on a mad rant here. No, but Brad Friedel, he started working with a stats company, and it was a goalkeeping stats company, and they were more in-depth than standard stats companies. It's not just how many shots have you saved, it's who you're playing for, who's the defenders in front of you, who you're playing against, and that all gets factored into the pot, right? You stir that up, and that's how you figure out who's best keeper, and I think that should apply across the board. But that's the story for another
time. So what's the point?
Well, it could get deep, couldn't it? So you think...
So you're in war with Paul Pogba over Bruno or over City or something like that. We should tag him, to be fair.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Paul Pogba? Comment below, please. And retweet this, would you? For God's sake, we're struggling. No, it's all good. It's all good. But yes, Bruno Fernandes, Player of the Year. Declan Rice, in with a shout?
Depends if they win. I mean, he's great.
You think it really comes down to league table finish?
I think Bruno.
You think Bruno?
I do think Bruno. I think if they get Champions League, I think it'd be Bruno.
Fair play. It's an interesting one. But that's domestic football. Let's talk international.
Worldwide.
World football. The summer is coming up.
Yes.
And with the summer, that's usually when we start travelling about and seeing different clubs.
It is.
I've been thinking about the summer. I've been thinking about where we want to go, what clubs we should be seeing. Is there any club that comes to mind for you? Because I've been thinking of one as well, where you think, oh, it would be brilliant to just get a bit of that. Is there any club that comes to mind?
I think, yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll be back
See you later.
Yeah.
Olympique Marseille.
Ah.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Olympique Marseille would be unreal to visit on a match day because I think their fans are something else. The tifos they have look incredible, and I think that's such a good footballing place to be. I think their fans look insane. I would say they're the best fan base in France, if not in Europe. They're one of the best in Europe.
Interesting.
And you know what? I found a video the other day, and it was of Djibril Cissé.
Yep.
On his retirement day for Olympique Marseille, and he was DJing
right.
on the pitch.
Oh, was he actually?
He was DJing on the pitch.
No way.
At Olympique Marseille. Imagine going to a Marseille game and seeing all them tifos and seeing that massive crowd, and they have like fireworks coming out of the stands and everything.
Yeah.
And then
you got Caesar.
You watch the game and you see Djibril Cissé on the decks after.
That would be all right. That's mental, isn't it, to be fair?
Crazy. I think we should do that one day.
What, get Cissé DJ?
Yeah, and that.
All right, yeah.
Why
Where
not?
we put him? No, that would be cool. I think Marseille is an unbelievable one. Yeah, tifos. That Liverpool game. You see with the Beatles and the newspaper. Absolutely phenomenal. In fact, on the topic of fan bases, the team that came to mind for me that I would love to see, Galatasaray. The most unbelievable fans. You talk about Europe.
Yeah.
I think across the world,
really?
World football, those are fans who are beyond passionate. It's not a club. It's like a movement when you see them. They are, as a group, the most unbelievably loud, passionate, dedicated football fans that I've seen anywhere in the world. And for me, I need to experience that.
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing. I think it would be truly amazing to go to Marseille, Galatasaray.
I think a derby day there would be something else.
Be dangerous.
I think that would be top tier for us. It would. It would
literally
be dangerous.
would. We should get on stuff like that, like match day type content, right? I think there's so much to do. There's so many clubs out there, and there's so many different stories. Mexican football would be amazing as well. But
yeah.
I could go on. But it's on the way, folks. We're traveling this summer. We're going to different places, and it'll be so cool to see some of these clubs in action firsthand. But that'll do, won't it? That's an episode. That's about the length.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week with yet another. Don't know where, don't know when. Probably Sunday, 8 o'clock. But subscribe to the channel if you haven't. That's how you can find out where we are all the time. Leave a review if you're listening on Spotify and all that stuff. And we'll be back very shortly with more wacky antics. Until next time,
See you
peace out.
soon. Goodbye.